There are 4 common ways to get internet access while traveling. The first would be to use your plan from your home country, which is probably going to result in a massive bill when you return home due to roaming charges. You can also spend your trip hopping from one Wi-Fi connection to another. This is an unreliable way to get internet that is also going to be putting your private information at risk. And then the most popular way to get internet connection while traveling would be to set up a local SIM card when you arrive at your destination. But I don't know why you would do this, considering we have a 4th option: pre-purchasing and setting up an eSIM. An eSIM is a SIM card without an actual physical card. Instead of being a removable plastic card inside of your phone, an eSIM is already embedded in most modern smartphones. You simply purchase and download an eSIM package to your phone, and then you can access data and the internet immediately. eSIMs are new to me, and this honestly sounded a little bit too good to be true, which is why I've partnered with Olafly, an international eSIM shop for more than 130 destinations, on this video to test setting up and using an eSIM. Based on my very positive experience with Olafly, here are 10 reasons that every traveler should consider using an eSIM for their next trip instead of purchasing a local SIM card on arrival. Let us know down in the comments if you're a little ahead of the game and have already used an eSIM on a previous trip. The main benefit of using an eSIM is that you can set it up in advance and have access to the internet from the moment you arrive in a new country. You'll be able to access the internet to do things like pull up your accommodation confirmation, your visa, or any other forms that you may actually need in order to get through immigration. Or to access the internet in order to use an online translation app that is going to help you understand the forms you actually need to fill out. There are so many problems that can be mitigated by having internet access from the moment you walk off the plane in comparison to having to wait until you go to exit the airport. The second benefit I found with Olafly's eSIM in particular is that it was incredibly easy to set up. I was emailed a QR code for the selected data package, and it took me less than 1 minute to get up and running and access the internet. The entire purchasing process with Olafly was transparent and simple. Their website gives upfront information on pricing, data inclusions, expiration dates, and even phone compatibility. You know exactly what you are going to get and can even opt for an unlimited data plan that saves you from worrying about your usage or needing to find a physical store for a top-up. Something I found very beneficial with Olafly's eSIMs are that you can purchase a data package for a specific country or for an entire region. For example, you could get the Asia package and then travel through multiple countries at one price and with one plan. It's great to be 100% certain in advance that your data is going to work for all of the places that you intend to visit. Sometimes local SIMs won't even work for you across the country, let alone across a region. The first example that comes to mind is when I tried to get data in Bali and needed a different SIM card for different parts of the island. It was time-consuming, expensive, and stressful considering the local provider I purchased from was not transparent that the data package was only going to be good for certain areas of the island. The lack of transparency that you can experience with local SIM providers relates to my next few points. When you are purchasing from a local provider, you aren't necessarily getting accurate information, especially when there is a language barrier. Pre-purchasing an eSIM is going to help you avoid getting scammed at your destination and using a poor local provider. I can guarantee that every local SIM provider you come across is going to advertise that they have the best SIM cards at the best rates with the best coverage. Not the case. You could very well unknowingly be purchasing from the worst local provider, since you don't have access to the internet to look them up before purchasing. You'll always get the best connection with an Olafly eSIM since they partner with local networks and then switch your connection automatically to the strongest network. Another benefit that an eSIM provider is going to have over a local SIM card provider is that if any issues do arise with connectivity or anything else, using an eSIM provider means you have a contact and can troubleshoot the problem from anywhere. By choosing a local SIM provider, you are also at risk of overpaying for what you get. It is a well-known fact that the SIM shops at most airports are going to be overpriced. Airport SIM shops are going to take advantage of the fact that travelers need the card as soon as possible in order to do things like call their Uber or pull up the address to their accommodations or simply save them from the trouble of having to find another SIM provider in the city. When traveling in the past, even though I knew I would be overpaying, I would still purchase a local SIM card from the airport, because even worse than overpaying for your internet would be not being able to get a card at all, which is definitely a risk if you decide to rely on a local option for your data connection. Perhaps you arrive at an odd time and the SIM card shops are already closed. Or maybe, a situation I've personally experienced, is the shops will only take local currency in cash, and then the ATM at the airport was out of order. Having an eSIM pre-purchased and ready to go completely removes this situation from happening. Another benefit that I never even thought about before learning about eSIMs is that you can purchase and use an eSIM package while keeping your physical SIM card from your home country inside of your phone. You can easily switch from your physical SIM card's connection to your eSIM through your phone's settings. This means that you can still accept text messages to the phone number that your family and friends have, as well as from institutions like your bank that will want to text you for two-factor authentication purposes. You also don't need to have a paperclip handy to open up your phone and switch the SIM cards, and then there's no chance of losing your eSIM or your physical SIM card that's already in your phone because you are not needing to take anything out or put anything back in. One final benefit that has me sold on using eSIMs for future travel is the peace of mind that it provides. Travel is full of so many unknowns, especially now with new requirements popping up left and right, chaotic airports, and understaffed airlines. It's nice to not have to worry that perhaps you won't be able to connect to Wi-Fi, or that the ATM is going to be out of order, or that the local SIM shop is going to be closed. There is some criticism that eSIMs in general can be a little pricier than using a local provider with a physical SIM card, but the convenience, range of coverage options, and peace of mind make it well worth it in my opinion. The benefits of an eSIM listed in this video are based off of my very positive experience with Olafly. I have a lot of confidence in their service because of my own personal experience, as well as the thousands of positive Trustpilot reviews from happy customers around the world. Check out the link in the description where you can save 5% when you give Olafly a try on your next trip. Thank you so much for watching, safe travels, and I hope you'll join us back here for more travel tips and hacks next week. Have a good one. Bye.